Imagine waking up one day and you're one of the only people who still have their individual thoughts in a totalitarian society where individual freedom is non-existent and reality is constantly manipulated by those in power. Does that sound a little familiar? Today we're delving into 1984 by George Orwell, which is still one of the best-selling books, although it's been 70 years since its publication. At its core, 1984 explores the themes of surveillance, censorship, propaganda, and the erosion of truth, through the main character, Winston, a disillusioned party member, trapped in a society where conformity is enforced with an iron fist, grappling with the suppression of his individuality and humanity. Winston feels desperately alone due to the party destroying all forms of trust between the citizens of Oceania. Winston cannot trust anyone around him because everyone is a potential snitch in this dystopia where children report their parents to the top police and watch their executions with happiness due to their sense of responsibility to the party. Winston dares to express his illegal thoughts in a diary, hidden from the eyes of the top police, which represents a desperate attempt to reclaim his autonomy and resist the oppressive regime. Winston later on pursues a romantic relationship with his rebellious co-worker Julia. In Oceania, love is not allowed under the rule of Big Brother. People aren't allowed to have deep connections with friends, family, or loved ones. Their mission is to grow the population like robots, devoid of emotional attachments that could threaten the authority of the party. Winston's forbidden relationship with Julia represents a direct challenge to this oppressive regime, a defiant act of humanity in a world that seeks to crush individuality. Julia, a fellow dissenter, becomes Winston's partner in defiance, their relationship serving as a form of resistance against the system. Their love becomes a symbol of hope in a world suffocated by fear and surveillance, a small act of rebellion against the suffocating grip of Big Brother. 1984 is Orwell's depiction of a society where privacy is non-existent and citizens are constantly monitored serves as a chilling warning about the dangers of unchecked government power. Throughout 1984, Orwell employs powerful symbolism and imagery to convey the bleakness of life under totalitarian rule, from the ever-watchful eye of Big Brother that monitors citizens 24/7 to the haunting specter of Room 101, the final step toward brainwashing and torturing a citizen into submission. These symbols serve as a stark reminder of the dangers of unchecked authoritarianism. Since its publication, 1984 has left an indelible mark on literature, politics, and popular culture. Its themes of government surveillance, power control, and the manipulation of truth continue to resonate in today's world, making it essential reading for anyone interested in the nature of power and control. A lot of obvious similarities can be found between the novel and the fascist communist regimes of the 20th century, which have been much talked about. However, did you notice? A lot of parallels can be drawn between the novel and the free Western civilizations of today. Some examples are all about busy work. Orwell's portrayal of Winston's struggles with his job and the constant barrage of distractions serves as a reflection of the modern white-collar professional, buried under busy work and digital distractions. In the novel, it is mentioned, Winston's working week was 60 hours, Julia's even longer. Julia, in any case, seldom had an evening completely free. Through clever use of language, Orwell shows us that one of the most effective ways of control is to bury people in work and distractions, so that they have no time to think for themselves and see through the ways which they're being controlled and manipulated. Telescreens. The omnipresent telescreens of 1984, two-way televisions through which propaganda is broadcast and viewers are watched, are alarmingly similar to the smart TVs many of us have in our living rooms. Have you ever looked at your smart TV or phone right after you had a conversation with someone and saw an advertisement or social media post about the exact same thing you were talking about? Is that really a coincidence? In 2015, Samsung admitted that some of its TV models might listen to users and collect personal and private information. Well, that explains a lot. Voice commands. In 1984, Winston wrote a secret diary, but he's unused to holding a pen. The novel says, actually, he was not used to writing by hand, apart from very short notes, it was usual to dictate everything into the speak right. Voice commands, once a futuristic concept in 1984, are now a reality with devices like smartphones and smart speakers. We even use computers at educational institutions, although kids should be gaining the essential skills to write down their thoughts, ideas, and feelings on something that isn't a smartphone or computer that can easily be hacked. Although this seems really simple, this is making people lazy to write, which is essential to think and question the way of life. Omnipresent cameras. And while Winston and Julia sought refuge in the countryside, even there, they were under the watchful eye of surveillance cameras. In our own world, we become accustomed to constant surveillance, whether it's in form of security cameras on every corner or facial recognition technology used by law enforcement. In Britain, people happily live in one of the most watched societies on earth, with an estimated 5 million security cameras watching people. In China, cameras armed with facial recognition are used by police to pick out criminals, even in large crowds. Machine-generated entertainment. In 1984, there's lots of troll feed in Oceania. What's that, you may be asking? Well, actually, we're pretty familiar with it. It means cheap entertainment and fake news, handed out by the party to the masses by machines. Its purpose is to keep us busy by entertaining us so that we do not spend time on critical thinking. In conclusion, in our own time, we witnessed government surveillance programs, censorship controversies, and the spread of disinformation online. These events echo Orwell's warnings about authoritarianism and the erosion of truth, reminding us to stay vigilant and question the narratives we're presented with. So, although it's not possible in the near future, do you think we're slowly turning into George Orwell's dystopia? Let me know what you think in the comments below. Thank you for watching!